The stars were calm. The trade routes near the Karsan belt were quiet, like always. Ships from different alien races moved slowly between planets, transporting goods, people, and news. On board the Zarthon Empire command ship, Commander Voker was drinking his usual blue tea. He didn't expect anything strange. Everything was normal. Then the silence broke. "Commander, a signal strong and unknown," shouted the radar officer. Commander Voker stood up. He moved toward the control panel with a deep frown on his face. "Unknown? What kind of signal? Not Kryak, not Vern, not even the humans. Wait, no, sir. It is human." Everyone in the room froze. "Earth?" Voker asked slowly. "Yes, sir, but this signal is different. It's not weak. It's massive. It's shaking our sensors." The room went quiet. For hundreds of years, Earth was forgotten by the galaxy. They were a small race, far behind others. The big empires laughed at them. Some didn't even believe humans were still alive after the last Outer Rim War. But now, something from Earth had entered the system, and it was big. Too big. Outside, in the cold darkness of space, a dark object exited warp at the edge of the Karsan belt. No lights, no markings, just a giant black ship shaped like a blade. The Zarthon officers stared at the hologram. The ship was the size of a small moon. "Sir, the ship is not answering hails," said the communications officer. "It's just floating." Watching. Voker repeated, "Yes, sir. It hasn't moved an inch since it arrived, but it's scanning everything. US, the planets, the stars. In space, silence can be peaceful. But this silence was terrifying. All across the Karsan sector, ships stopped moving. Transports turned back. Pirates vanished. No one wanted to be near the black ship. Other empires sent probes. Some sent stealth, drones. None returned. Commander Voker gave a quiet order: "Send a scout frigate. Keep shields up. Do not engage." The small scout ship moved forward. It crossed the edge of the black ship's scan field, then nothing. 1 second. The ship was on the screen. The next, it was gone. No explosion, no debris, just ... gone. "What happened to the scout?" Voker demanded. "We don't know, sir. One moment we had full signal, and then it disappeared from every system, like it was never there." Vokar's face went pale across the galaxy. News spread fast. A human ship had arrived. But it wasn't just any ship. It was something else, something built for total war on board the warship. "Report," she said. "Scan complete. Alien ships are pulling back. Scout destroyed by defensive field." "No aggressive action taken," her officer replied. "Good. Hold position. Let them fear the silence." Captain Ayla knew the truth. This mission wasn't about fighting. It was about sending a message. Earth was no longer weak. Earth was no longer forgotten. Earth had returned with power the galaxy couldn't understand. Back on the Zarthon command ship, chaos spread. "Commander, 4 more empires just withdrew from the Karsan belt. Even the Kryak fleet has gone. Dark the Kryak." "They never back down," Voker shouted. They did now. The galaxy was falling into silence. No one wanted to be near that warship. Even without firing a shot, it had become the most feared thing in space. As the stars turned slowly over the warship's dark surface, its silence spoke louder than any weapon. No threats, no demands, just presence. And that was enough. For 2 full days, the black human warship floated silently in the Karsan system. It did not move. It did not fire. It did not speak. But it watched. Thousands of alien ships across dozens of sectors stayed back. Some powered down. Others ran. The fear was growing. Every empire sent messages to each other. What is it waiting for? Why hasn't it said anything? Should we attack first? No, it destroyed a scout with no weapon fire. In the capital of the Zarthon Empire, the High Council met in secret. "It could be a test," said one elder. "What if Earth has more like it?" asked another. They were silent for 300 years. What have they built in the dark? No one had answers. But then in the 3rd day it happened. The message all across the Karsan system. Screens turned black. Then a voice came through. A human voice. It was calm, female, clear, and terrifying. "This is Captain Alareus, commanding officer of the UN's Retribution. We are not here to negotiate. We are not here for war. Then the message ended. That was all. 4 simple words. But know this. Earth remembers. Across the stars, leaders froze because they knew what she meant 300 years ago. The Galactic Council refused to help Earth during the Orion crisis. Earth begged. Earth bled. No one came. They left humanity to die. But humanity didn't die. It adapted. It survived. And now it had returned. Tensions rise inside the command deck of a Verne dreadnought. Admiral Shaw barked orders. This is weakness. They threaten us without action. We will attack first and end this. Others begged him to wait. He didn't listen. 10 heavy warships jumped forward. They aimed their weapons at the Retribution and fired, but nothing hit. The energy blasts vanished before reaching the black surface, like space itself swallowed them. Then, the Retribution turned just a little, its nose pointed directly at the Verne fleet. A single light blinked on. No sound, no charge, dash up, just light. Then all 10 ships vanished. No fire, no wreckage, no signal. Just gone. Inside the Galactic Council chambers, panic took hold. It didn't even fight back. It just erased them. We must ask Earth what it wants. But Earth said nothing more. The Retribution simply waited, its silence more powerful than any speech. Meanwhile, on Earth, deep underground, in a secret command room, Earth's new leaders watched. Generals, scientists, historians, all silent. One of them leaned forward. They will now listen, he said. Earth reveals it remembers being abandoned. Fleet had vanished. 10 powerful ships destroyed without a sound. No explosion, no escape pods, not even wreckage. One moment they were there, and the next they were gone. In the Galactic Council chamber, there was chaos. This is not war, one leader shouted. This is something worse. We must speak. With Earth, cried another. Send a peace envoy. Now, the great Empire Zarthan, Verne, Kryak, Drexel, and the Zith Alliance Siege prepared their best diplomats for centuries. They believed Earth was weak. Now they saw the truth. Earth didn't want war. But Earth wasn't afraid of it. The diplomatic signal was sent to the UN's Retribution from all 5 empires at once. We request peaceful communication. We offer trade, friendship, and understanding. We regret our past. Actions toward Earth. No answer came. Hours passed. Then a small transmission came through video only. A single screen flickered to life. Captain Alareus appeared again, her expression calm, cold, focused. Regret, she said. Regret means nothing without memory. She leaned forward slightly. Do you remember how you turned your backs on us? How you left Earth to burn while you protected your own systems? Silence on the alien side. We were alone, surrounded, bleeding. You watched. Another pause. Then she smiled just barely. Now you are watching again, but from a different place. The message ended. The galaxy waits. None of the empires dared to move a ship near the Retribution. They feared the silence more than they feared lasers or bombs. No one even knew how the ship destroyed the Verne fleet. No weapon had been seen. No sound had been heard. Just a glow, then nothing. The secret of Earth's rise, some began to wonder. How did Earth become so powerful? What technology do they have? Where were they hiding all this time? Rumors spread. Earth discovered something ancient. Earth made contact with a forgotten species. Earth had built machines older than time itself. No one knew the truth, and Earth wasn't telling. Inside the human warship inside the Retribution, Captain Ayla stood before a large holographic map. Red lights marked the Empire capitals. Blue ones marked Earth colonies. Her second-in-command approached. They're offering peace, Captain. Of course they are, she replied. Now that they're afraid, should we respond? She looked at the stars through the large front window. Not yet. Let them wait. Let them remember. Part 3, Key Moments. Alien empires beg for peace. The UN's Retribution floated silently over the cold blue light of Curzon Ivy. It hadn't moved in days. It hadn't fired. It hadn't answered the latest messages. But it didn't need to. The fear it created was already spreading in a dark war. Roomed deep inside the Kryak Empire, High General Merg slammed his fist on the table. This is madness. One ship has frozen every empire. We don't even know what weapons it carries. His science chief replied quietly, "That's the problem, sir. The ship has no visible weapons. And yet, 10 of the Varen's strongest warships disappeared instantly." Ben-Hal-Merg demanded. The chief stared at the data. "We think it uses something beyond physics. Maybe even gravity control or dark energy." General Merg looked up. "You're telling me Earth made a weapon that breaks the laws of the universe?" "Yes, sir. That's exactly what I'm saying. A weapon with no name back on Earth, in a deep black site under Antarctica." A cold voice echoed through the control room. "The galaxy is reacting as we expected," said Director Lane of the Human Defense Authority. "Do we activate the second ship?" asked a young technician. "No," Lane replied. "Not yet. The retribution is enough. Let the silence do the work." On the screen, files flickered open top secret files. Project Black Sun, Project Silence Core, Project Annihilation. Each file was marked Galactic Level Classified. Meanwhile, in deep space, a spy drone from the Drexel Empire tried to cloak itself near the retribution. It got within 400 kilometers, then vanished. Again, no flash, no explosion, just nothing. The entire galaxy was watching now, and everyone had the same question. What is Earth hiding inside that ship? Captain Ayla Reyes, the human shield inside the retribution. Ayla stood in front of her command crew. "They're watching, trying to learn our weakness." "Do we give them a warning?" asked her weapons officer. Ayla shook her head. "No, we give them something worse than warning imagination." She turned to her crew. "Increase our scan radius. Let them see we're watching everything. Let them guess how we do it." The galaxy begins to break. Small rebel groups started rising in weak empires. Minor species started sending signals to Earth asking for protection, for trade, for alliance. Some even called Earth their new guardian. Old power structures were shaking. One message said, "If Earth controls fear like this, maybe Earth should lead." Part 4. Key moments. Alien scientists can't understand Earth's weapon. Earth's most dangerous projects are hinted at. Another spy vanishes with no trace. The retribution still doesn't move, but everyone is reacting. Smaller species begin to shift loyalty toward Earth. The great empires had always ruled the galaxy. They made the laws, they decided the wars, they chose who lived and who didn't, but now their power was slipping. And it was all because of one silent warship built by a species they had once ignored, Earth, in the Galactic High Council Hall. The most powerful leaders sat at a long dark table. Tensions were rising, voices were raised. "If we do nothing, Earth will take everything. We must strike now while it's alone." "No, we tried that," remember the Verne fleet. The Zarthon delegate slammed his hand on the table. "Then we attack together." The last plan, they called it Operation Unity Spear, a joint strike by 5 major empires. Not just one fleet, but hundreds, cloaked destroyers, planet-killer weapons, EMP fields, AI-controlled swarms. Their goal, overwhelm the retribution before it can react. "This time," said General Merg, "we will erase that ship from the stars." The others nodded. It was their last chance to stop Earth before the balance of power changed forever. The battle begins in silence. The fleets jumped into the Karzan system. More than 200 ships surrounded the retribution. In perfect formation, each ship locked its weapons. Every missile ready, every laser charged. And yet, the warship didn't move. Captain Alice stood calmly in the center of her command deck. She didn't speak. She didn't raise shields. She just waited. The Mistakeathon they fired. All of them. Thousands of weapons shot toward the retribution from every direction, but none of them reached it. The retribution activated a system no one had ever seen. A pulse, silent, invisible, instant. Every enemy ship froze mid-flight, engines dead, weapons offline, systems locked, even time seemed to stop. In less than 3 seconds, all 200 enemy ships were disabled. No destruction, no death, just complete shutdown. Allah finally gave an order. Send the message. The galaxy had changed. The 5 greatest empires had attacked Earth's warship with everything they had. They lost without a single shot fired from Earth. Now, their fleets floated helpless in space, shut down by a power they could not understand. The UN's retribution did not fire. It simply watched. In the far corners of space, small planets and weak races who had lived in fear for centuries watched the news, and they saw something they never expected. Hope, hope, hope. In humans, a new voice in the galaxy from the retribution. Captain Allarayus sent a message not to the empires, but to everyone else. To the forgotten worlds, to the colonies left to starve. To the species who were told to stay silent, Earth sees you. The message spread across trade stations, hidden outposts, mining moons, and refugee planets. It was simple. It was clear. Join us, not as soldiers, but as equals. We are building something new, a place where fear does not control peace. And many answered within days. Hundreds of smaller species and lost colonies sent replies. Stand with Earth. We wish to join your alliance. The old empires betrayed us too. Old flags were burned. New symbols were raised. For the first time in centuries, the galaxy was no longer divided by fear of empires. It was united by the courage of Earth. The Earth Alliance is born in Earth's orbit. A second warship appeared smaller than the Retribution, but clearly built from the same dark metal. It carried leaders from 37 new member worlds together. They signed a simple agreement. We protect each other. We speak as one, and we never forget the silence of those who turned their backs. The galaxy had a new name to remember: the Earth Alliance. Meanwhile, in the Empire capitals, the old rulers watched the screens in disbelief. Their fleets had been humiliated. Their fear weapons were useless. Their people were questioning everything. If Earth can win with one ship, said a Kryak officer, what will they do with an alliance? The Zarthon Emperor lowered his head. We ruled for too long and learned nothing. Now Earth rules, and they remember everything. Part 6, Key Moments. Earth sends a powerful call to the forgotten races. New species join Earth to form an alliance of equals. A second Earth ship appears, hinting at a larger fleet. The Earth Alliance is officially born. The old empires begin to lose control of their systems. The galaxy no longer looked the same. The stars were still there. The planets still spun. But the balance of power had changed forever, and it all began with one warship. Now there were many. The Earth Alliance expands from one ship, came 2, then 10. Then entire fleets, black, silent, beautiful, and powerful. They didn't conquer. They didn't threaten. They just arrived calm, disciplined, and unshakable. Pirates vanished. Trade reopened. Forgotten colonies received aid. The galaxy had lived under fear for too long. Now it lived under Earth's protection. The Galactic throne, the ancient city of Valfor, where the Galactic Council once ruled, only silence remained. The old empires had lost their voice. Their armies no longer listened. Their people looked to Earth, so Earth came. Captain Allarayus, now High Commander of the Earth Alliance, fleet stepped into the hall of Thron, ES. The Kryak, the Zarthon, and the Drexel leaders stood aside. No one stopped her. She didn't demand power. She claimed it through action, not words. Allah walked to the center platform and said only one thing: Earth does not rule alone, but Earth will make sure no one rules through fear again. The chamber erupted. Applause from dozens of species. Flags of unity waved together. A new age had begun. A new galaxy under the Earth Alliance. Peacekeepers guarded trade routes. Knowledge was shared freely. Every species had a voice. No matter how small, the galaxy remembered war. But it would never forget the day Earth returned, not as a colony, not as a beggar, but as a leader.